How y'all doing today?
Good.
Great.
Good. Everybody got a smile on their face. They got their cups filled up.
Yes.
Yeah.
The water.
Exactly.
All right, so do we eat to leave or do we leave to eat?
I think we do both.
We do. I think it has to be modification. You can eat to live a little bit and live to eat a little bit too.
I have an unhealthy
You don't think
relationship
so?
with food.
You said what?
I have an unhealthy relationship with food.
Explain.
Because I like, if I feel sad, I'll treat myself with food. You know what I mean? If I get, good job, Brooklyn, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm like,
I mean, but yeah, get some food, but what type of food you talking about?
I'll usually go, because I can't cook African food, I'll usually go and get some egusi or something like that for special. Or if I eat Chipotle.
You go to Chipotle and still eat healthy, right? I mean, you see what I'm saying? So
Right.
it depends on what you're eating.
But
at this
buffet
place,
style
right?
places are the devil, because you just be like, nah, what's one scoop? Like, what you doing? Like, hello?
I've never been to Chipotle, so I don't know what you guys are talking
You've
about.
never
I've
been
never been
to
to
Chipotle?
Chipotle. No.
Really?
Wow.
Never been to
She's
Chipotle.
You like it?
None of it is an
Yeah.
option,
Because
right?
no, you have a health.
I don't know. People talk about Chipotle all the time. It's
You should
like,
check
you
it
know.
out.
So you're vegan,
Brown
right?
rice?
Yeah.
It's
You're
brown
vegan.
rice?
Uh-huh. Awesome.
You can get
What's your
vegetable.
favorite like fast food place to go as or quick food? Not even like
That's
fast.
She probably doesn't even do fast food.
You cook everything?
She would just do all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like, I can't even just name like a fast food place.
So a food on the go. If you have like a go-to place, you know how sometimes like you're just not at home, but you're like, okay, I'm hungry. Where can I go and
She's
get
like,
some
no.
food?
No.
No.
You're like, a grocery store is always open. I can always get some carrots. Is it something like that?
No, it's the thing. I always already have food in my car or in my bag.
Girl, me too.
You got food in your bag.
Except I don't have carrots.
No,
that.
I actually
I was just trying
I
to
didn't
figure
bring
out
a bag today. There's like this is literally the only thing I brought today. But I always have like lunch, breakfast. I should have lunch, snack, like lunch, snack, dinner, snack, and then I actually have like about 3 bags of tea in my purse right now. I drink tea all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I
a
drink
tea
tea like
drinker.
3
Me
times
too.
a day, so I always have tea on the go. Like it just. I can't think of a fast food that I would just go and say, "Oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to get food."
So do you do this because you want to? Or, I mean, what's the purpose behind that? Because I'm the reason I'm asking is, so why haven't you been to Chipotle? Because you don't want to? Because there's fast foods or whatever that sell healthy stuff. McDonald's sells salads. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not
I'll
saying,
never eat a McDonald's salad.
Oh, preach it.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Okay, so a lot of fast food places, for example, McDonald's, they tell you that they have salad. 9 out of 10, their salad is going to be like so calorie dense that the fact that you are eating the salad is useless. Eating out when trying to be healthy can be hard because most of the time you are not cooking your own food and other people are cooking your food for you and you have no idea what they did to your food before they bring it to you. When you go to a restaurant, when you order like steamed vegetables and stuff, they often dip them in butter just for flavor and taste. And after I learned that, whenever I go to a restaurant and I order vegetables or anything like that, I specifically tell them, please don't dip in butter, don't put anything on it, just put in some hot water and bring it out, just bring it to me. Some friends have told me that it's rude to tell the waitress and stuff like that. I don't care, I'm paying for it, so if you are paying for your food, tell them how you want your food.
for example, so you wouldn't even go to like a place like Salata, that it's plain salad, it's pick your own stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen Salata, but I've never actually went into a Salata. It's across from the landfill that I go to. I've seen it, I don't know what they serve, never been in one.
You should go to Chipotle. You can
Yeah,
get vegetable.
and that's what I'm
Fun
trying to get.
fact, every
rice.
time I've gone to Salada, I've gotten sick.
Wait,
That's a
go
fun
to
fact.
Salada.
So
I've never
I don't-
been.
it
Wait,
wasn't
what
that
did
fun.
you get?
Don't worry, so loud.
It wasn't that
Oh, wait.
fun.
Let's not talk about what you got, because
No, but I mean, if you've ever been to salad, all you're doing is you're picking it's a salad bar
Yeah.
pretty much. You're picking your own stuff.
Chipotle, but salad.
You're picking your own vegetables, whatever you
You can make a
it's
wrap.
It's all vegetables.
I'll have to try like
You see what I'm
Chipotle and
Chipotle's
Salata,
good.
but it just I've never been to Chipotle or like.
Wow.
I feel like places like Chipotle, they'll probably have secret ingredients like you're talking about, but the butter with the vegetables.
no, they don't.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How do you
They
know?
don't.
He worked at Chipotle.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean,
So
that's
when I
good
go to
information.
Chipotle, I get the vegetable consists of black beans or pinto beans, white rice or brown rice.
Brown rice.
And you tell them lettuce. I'm not sure if it's nutrient dense or just calorie dense, but you get lettuce, guacamole, corn, some salsa, whether it's medium, green salsa, hot salsa, whatever you want. So I'm not with the salsa. I'm not sure what's in it. I could say that, but it tastes really good, and I always feel good every time I eat.
You know, they say that like a Chipotle
sourdough.
burrito has over 1,000 calories.
I believe it.
Wow.
Like
Because
when
they
you
say
add
a tortilla.
all that stuff into
That's
it.
why I get the bowl.
They
not
say
the-
one
That's why you
tortilla
can
is
modify
4
it a little
slices
bit.
of bread.
Yeah.
Wow.
So typically
insane.
on a healthy lookout, how many calories should one person have in a day?
Ooh, what's that math?
As far as healthy, not just.
I mean, the
It
general is
depends.
2,000, right? But it
I'm an
depends on the
individual.
person, the
Yeah.
weight,
Activity.
the activity,
Yeah,
what
so
you're
what's
trying
the
to
average?
gain.
On average, like from what I know, on average, like a female, and I don't use this term like derogatory or anything. I just prefer using female, male, and stuff like that. But for a female, I would recommend like, you know, if you don't do anything, you sit around about 1,500 calories, like anywhere between 1,500 to 1,800 calories. Males usually like 1,800 to like 3,500 calories, depending on their activity level and stuff like that. I personally, I struggle to eat 1,500 calories a day.
I really don't count calories. I don't. When people say, "Oh, I need to eat this number of calories a day," I'm just like, you know, it works for you. That's good. Enjoy yourself. I don't count it. I really don't. Like if I'm eating eba and I'm like, how am I counting calories? What's the calorie of eba and egusi soup? I can't do that. I can't count calories, bro. No, you can't tell an African man what's the calorie of the amala and egusi or pounded the yam you're eating. Like he can look at you like, what? It's my food. This is what I ate growing up. I will eat it as much as I can. I don't count. What is calories? Come on, let's eat food and enjoy.
I don't care about counting calories. Like,
Boom.
look, if you are not a dietitian, you are not competing, you are not getting ready to step on stage like bodybuilding or whatever, don't care about counting calories. Just, for example, when it comes to rice, either brown rice or white rice, it doesn't matter. Rice is rice, it's carb. Half a cup. Half a cup is like the recommended 1 serving. The average person is going to get like a whole cup or a cup and a half of rice. That's why most people like they gain weight, because it's not that any food specifically is bad. You can eat donut. I eat cinnamon roll all the time. I love cinnamon roll. It's my favorite thing. I love the bakery. It's not about, oh, I can't eat a donut, or I can't have ice cream, or I can't do this or that. It's about how much of it are you eating. Now, if you sit around and eat 10 donuts every day, that's more than 4,000 calories. Like, just giving like an idea, that's more than 4,000 calories. But you didn't do anything all day, so you didn't lose any of that calorie. You do that every single day, you are going to gain weight.
So I guess that's the thing.
So I'm sorry. So just to follow up what you're saying. So you're saying, irrespective of what you eat, as long as you're getting, and this means something. Are you saying that irrespective of what you eat, healthy, non-healthy, once your calories are in check, you're good? You see what I'm saying? Or is it okay to just eat junk food and then have the right amount of calories in your system?
She's saying eating modification, right?
Yeah,
Modify
it
what you
depends.
eat.
I have a friend. He's a personal trainer and he's in Paris. From January to now, generally he has he ate his whole purpose was to show people that food doesn't really matter. It just depends on how you eat your food. He ate all December, got a little belly for January. And from January till now, he literally went to Dunkin' Donut, bought like a whole container, like the 12-pack donut, and he just sat there and ate it with the fork.
How?
He done he have high calorie days. On his high calorie day, he would get donut and just eat it. But from then, because he's exercising and he's still eating at the calorie deficit, he has 6 packs in February. In January, he had a belly. So you have to eat at a calorie deficit and you have to work out.
But the main thing is also, it's like, okay, so for an example of that, what he's missing then and where it becomes an issue is like your nutrients, your vitamins, your minerals. So it's like, okay, you can eat like a high fatty diet, and if you're burning enough of those calories, yeah, they're in check and you may be losing weight, but like how is your skin, how is your hair, how's your eyesight, how are your muscles and organs doing? You need to get those nutrients. That was my biggest issue, because I found myself I love fruit. I can eat fruit all day. If that was a thing, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I love fruit. But what I realized for me, I was eating so much sugar. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, but it's natural sugar.
No.
It's okay. No,
No.
sugar. Molecularly, it's still sugar. How your body processes it is still sugar as if I eat candy. The difference is, I'm getting some fiber, I'm getting some vitamins, I'm getting some minerals from eating fruit versus eating something else. Some of these women's magazines be also telling you, oh, eat this food. This is a superfood, or eat this one. This is going to make you slim and helpful. Don't eat a whole bunch of avocados, because that's what I did, and that's high in fat. So that's another example of trying to eat healthy but not being aware. Okay, basic nutrition facts. What is a calorie? How is that made? How many calories are to a protein, to a fat, to a sugar, to a carb, whatever. You always have to keep that in mind at the end of the day.
Oh, no.
Tell me why my ass ate all these avocados. Because they was like,
Avocado
avocado
has
is such a good superfood.
has
Oh, but
fat.
I'm looking at the scale like, well, what's going on
Avocado
here?
is fat.
Yeah, it's
What's
fat.
going on?
But
It
it's good
ain't
fat,
nothing
though.
but fat.
It's
It's
good
good
It's
fat.
good,
It's
but in
good fat
modification.
versus a hamburger.
No, but what I'm saying is, your body needs fat.
Yes. But
Okay.
not as much as I was eating. I was eating like three avocados a day. Talking
Okay,
about
but
some
what else were you
superfood.
eating though? Were you still eating animal fat?
I mean, at that time, I think I
Okay,
was
so
incorporating.
you gotta think about it like that. It's like you have to see how it affects your body. So if you're gonna say, okay, let me eat the vegetable fat that's supposed to be good for me. Let me stop eating this other stuff.
Yeah,
the
or
other
else it's
fat.
just too much fat. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's still highly, even if I wasn't, like even if I was just, because I was incorporating them in my salads or on my toast and stuff, you know? So even if I didn't eat the animal fat and I was still eating as much avocado as I was eating, that was too much fat.
So what do y'all think about all these people who come out here putting all this report out about, oh, this is the type of food that's good for you?
If it ain't from a university,
You
I
have
don't
to be
trust it.
mindful.
Nobody
Even
knows.
universities too, like the documentary, What the Hell? Did y'all see that health documentary?
Yes.
That was based supposedly off of research. But then there's people who have come out and said there's a lot of stuff that's false in there.
Me personally, I feel like when it comes to that kind of stuff, we can go back and forth all day because everybody has a different, bodily construct, and everybody's diet is different. Like for example, I know this. I'm big into sports, and this guy Adrian Peterson, I don't know if you know him, but he has a documentary and he talks about what he eats: Twinkies, sneakers, candy.
I could never.
Like he just eats trash, but he's arguably one of the greatest running backs of all times that ever lived. So I think it just comes down to your DNA and your bodily makeup or whatever, and it's not necessarily that, like for me, like I haven't had meat in 2 months, so I'm kind of.
Is that a conscious choice?
Yes, it was a choice that me and my wife both made. We were on vacation in Belize. We went to see the Amish, and they have a farm, and on this farm they grow their own foods. They have chickens and all this other kind of stuff. We saw like all these chickens, like they were so bloated with like whatever they were pumping into them, like they literally were breaking their own legs. They couldn't walk. So, after that, she was like, hey, let's go on a no meat diet. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So, it started off with that, and then, once we went like a few weeks or whatever, then he went to like a month and then 2 months, and it's just like, now I'm holding strong because of all of the research I've done and different things like that. And she's just like, I just want a hamburger, like just let me have this. But, we both are still hanging in there really strong. The thing about meat is it's so easy to just go right there to Chick-fil-A. Boom, it's so easy. But it's not easy to make a conscious decision on what you're going to eat next when what you want to eat next is not at a fast food restaurant. As individuals, we struggle. We still struggle with it. I mean, my wife's just like, what am I going to cook next? We have to dig for dishes because it's not like we could just make, some plantains. My wife's Dominican, so she'll make plantains or whatever. I cut back on bananas as well. I rarely eat fruit, but she thinks I should do better. But I'm gonna try to eat more fruit.
Have you heard of the book? I do not remember the author, but Eat Right for Your Type. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, but
It's a guideline based on your blood type. And depending on your blood type, it's based on, who are your ancestors? Who are these original people with this blood type? What was their diet?
Yeah.
And depending on if you're O positive, O negative, A, B, AB, there's a different guideline as to what foods you should choose and which foods you should avoid, and then also what kind of exercises you should do too.
I think the thing is that it's really hard with research to kind of tell, to follow people's diet, follow genetics, follow what they do on a daily basis. Yeah. And so they correlate a lot of things. Okay, this is correlated to this is correlated to that. Right. But is it really that accurate to be able to like control a group of people, tell them how to eat, what to eat, and follow whether they get sick or not? So I think what everybody was saying is that it's all about balance. Like you have to balance what you eat, how you work out, your activity levels, and it just depends on what you know about your history. Sometimes you don't have to do a blood test or anything. Do you have a history of
high blood pressure,
or
less fatty food,
cardiovascular heart disease, or you know, whatever, cancer? And so you kind of modify your diet based on that. Hopefully, it's going to be hard. You have your cheat days, not every day, but some cheat days, and then you go from there.
For me, I'm big on spirituality. So one of the reasons that I elected to not eat meats because I looked at nature and what nature was telling me about what was going on in my environment, what's going on around me. And one of the things that caught my attention was when I look at a cow, when I look at or whatever animal, you know, I say, does that animal naturally give itself over for me to eat it? Same thing even with the fish. You know, the fish doesn't just give itself over, you know, but when you look at the fruits and the herbs of the land, you know, they naturally give themselves over to be eaten, or the spices or whatever, you know, it's saying, you know, here, I am here for you. So, you know, I kind of looked at that and, you know, that kind of keeps me on my journey, and I'm like, okay, I should keep this going, you know, as long as I possibly can. And so far, you know, I feel good. As a matter of fact, the last time I had meat, I had a major migraine, and I have not had so. And my family is diabetic, you know, my mother, my aunt, my brother, you know, so, I mean, they all had it before they were 30. I mean, I don't have it yet, so. But I've also decided to change
your vocabulary. You don't have it at all.
I don't have it at all. And I won't get it.
Yeah,
right.
Say yes.
Speak that thing. Right. I like that. But that's the truth though, and she's right. And so that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to make sure I became more aware of what I'm putting in my body.
I've always let people know that I'm not an ethical vegan, and What the Health documentary came out as it was made by an ethical vegan, and everything in the video was made to the extreme to originally I didn't watch the documentary. Friends started testing me like, oh my god, you need to write me a meal plan, you need to, you know, help me with food, and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, you didn't watch What the Health? And I was like, what's What the Health? So after watching, I was like, whatever they say in that the documentary about meat, it can be said about corn, it can be said about fruits, it can be said about literally about everything that we eat. So I always tell people, when you watch these documentaries or read this article by journalists or whatever, always have this mindset that the people that wrote it, they had a theme or something that they wanted to accomplish by that video, and they are going to do everything they want to make sure that point come across.
There's a marketing strategy behind it. Be aware of that.
There's a bias to that. So always be aware, even when they are telling you this food is good, this food is good, or that. Do your own research, because again, there are bias when they put those things out. I personally, I don't fry anything. I don't fry anything. Like I don't fry anything at all. Everything is baked or boiled or steamed, because I know when I eat fried food, my system is jacked. It's the same thing with growing up African, milk was a solution for when you are constipated. But I didn't think parents understand that it's because their child or themselves are lactose intolerant. They use the milk to get rid of constipation, but it's because they are pretty much
the cause.
They are lactose intolerant, so they just use it as a result for whatever. So it's just whenever you eat, like you were saying earlier, people don't give themselves enough time to realize how the food affects them. So I always recommend to, like, whatever you eat, just take notes. I carry a notebook, or like I take notes of like if I eat something, how it makes me feel. So just like little mental note to yourself, just so you can realize, if I eat this, it made me feel this way, maybe I shouldn't eat it.
Take note of what you eat. And I know it's hard because I tried it and it didn't work for me, but I'm just telling you, that you should try your best to go ahead and take notes of what you eat, see how you eat on maybe like a weekly basis, and also take note of how it affects you. My sister used to get headaches from certain foods that she eats. My brother used to go to the restroom often for certain foods that he eats. If you feel like, bloated and just sick after you eat something, it's very important for you to look at what you ate previously before you felt that way and see, maybe try and cut certain things down and try and pinpoint exactly what it was that made you feel that way. And that way you can cut out your diet, see how you react to it after that, and maybe you might be living a better lifestyle.
That's how come I was allergic to eggs when I came to the US. I used to eat egg back home, but when I came to the US, I started eating egg, I would just throw up. Or my mother is making breakfast and she's cooking egg, I'm throwing up, and I was like, something is wrong. Everything that I eat is either blended in a blender, steamed on a stove, or it was baked. Literally. Vegetables, even broccoli, for example, I just heat some water, put the broccoli in a strainer, put the hot water on it, take it back out, that's it. I don't even let it sit in there because I like my vegetables kind of firm.
A lot of people, if you ask me, what did you eat earlier today, a lot of people can't answer that. Because you forget, I have to actually sit there and really think about what did I do?
What did I
woke
eat?
up, where, and you're right about that, making notes, because it's very, very important to at least know what you ate so you could realize what's
That's
going on
true.
with your body.
And my mom helped me with remembering what I eat, because I have from a person that's into fitness and health, I have days where I'll go 24 hours, 30 hours without eating food.
Ooh.
And it's not that I do it on purpose, is I'm so focused, I have an assignment due,
Well, that's
I have
actually
this,
good.
I have this, I have
That's
this.
good that you
so
can do
I
that.
completely forget to eat for 24
But here's
hours,
the thing,
30
though.
hours.
So it's just like,
you don't eat anything?
I don't eat anything for 24 hours, 30 hours. And then my mom will call me did you eat?
can't say
She
that.
knows that I remember everything. So if I
know.
can't tell her what I ate, she was like, you didn't eat. Because if I ate, I would remember what I ate.
I get that she was working on that degree and get that diploma. But at the end of the day, how you not going to eat for over 24 hours? I just don't think that that's really safe, unless you're fasting and it's structured and there's a system to it.
I will say that if you're doing a planned fasting situation, that's something different. But if you're forgetting to eat for a period of time while you're depleting your energy source, it's not good. If you're going and working out during that time, if you're going to work, your body isn't processing, it's actually breaking down other parts, probably muscle. You might want that muscle, you know what I'm saying? You need muscle for certain things. I think that when you fast, you have to be kind of more on a chill schedule, relaxed, not burning too many calories. But yeah, I couldn't forget to eat. I don't know what it is like to forget to eat.
We kind of need to fix that, protein shake, power bar, inhaler, Hershey's Kiss, I don't know, eat something. But you gotta do something for 24 hours. I don't go that long without eating.
So we go to work, you get a lunch break. By law, you must have a lunch break. We actually don't get a long enough lunch break, because I think in Europe they have a 2-hour lunch break where everybody goes home or whatever. In everything you do, you need a break. Same thing, you go to sleep at night, that's your little break. Your body operates the same way. You have to give your stomach a break. Your body's not made to constantly just be churning, processing food like your car. It needs a break.
Yeah.
So you have, and that's what fasting is for.
Ain't
That's
the
why.
break when you're
Intermittent
sleeping?
fasting.
Yeah. So
Ain't the
But-
sleeping break?
okay, so a lot of times, don't you eat? A lot of people eat late.
At 11 o'clock
So
at night
while you're
before they go to sleep.
sleeping, your body's working,
still
and then
breaking
you're gonna
down.
get up, and then you're gonna eat again. So your gastrointestinal tract has had pretty
No
much
break.
no break at all. So
Wow.
what a lot of people need is just drink water. Just
I drink so much water.
Just go days of okay, if
Just
you get
water.
really hungry, and that's the thing about hunger too. Your brain is like a clock, so it knows the times that you eat, what you eat, all of that. So when it's used to that, because we're creatures of patterns, when it's used to that, it's gonna, and it doesn't get it, it's gonna signal to you that you're hungry, but you could feel, I got food in my stomach though. You're not really hungry. It's just the
Time.
your brain is throwing
Psychological.
signals telling you that you're hungry. It's just time for food, and then you start getting this cravings for foods and all that kind of stuff. But you're not hungry. You got food in your stomach. It takes a very, very long time for the food to digest.
A lot of people that overeat, it's because they are so used to eating big meal, and they wait until they're completely starving to eat again, and they eat another big meal. My thing and how I eat is that I'm never hungry. Like I'll never say, oh, I'm hungry. I just know that when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna drink a warm cup of water with some lemon. By the time I leave the house and I get to school, I'm having my juice for breakfast, you know, and then an hour and a half later, I'm having a snack. So I'm constantly eating small meals because I'm never hungry. I'm always eating, but I'm not eating too much. But whenever you let yourself get hungry, you're like, oh my God, you keep eating, and you end up eating 3 meals in one plate, and you keep doing that over and over and over again. Don't let yourself get hungry. That's like the thing that I do.
So if I eat healthy, do I still need to work out? You see what I'm saying?
Exercise has more than just burn calories and make you look a certain way. It has so much to do with your mental. It has so much to do just with, or even your character building as a human being to get through the workout. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need those victories.
I work out because I like to look good naked. People ask me all the time, like, what is your body goal? Look, my body goal is I want my upper body to be like 45 inches. It's about anywhere between 28 to 25, like lower body about 29 inches. But the goal is I just want to look good naked. But I work out because I enjoy working out. I don't have any self-confident issues. I'm not insecure whatsoever. I am confident in myself every single day. But I honest to God only work out because I like to look good naked. I mean, we can all look good in clothes. We can buy the right clothes, we can find the right fit, but what do you look like outside of your clothes? That's my thing.
I do work out to look good naked. I'm not gonna lie, after a good workout and I flex a little bit, you know what I'm saying? In my thighs, and I'm like, oh, I look good naked. Yes, it gives you the confidence that you need. Working out, I think it releases certain types of hormones in your body, so it makes you feel good about yourself, so it makes you feel more confident, you look good, you feel good. I also work out because of health reasons. I'm an ICU nurse, so I deal with the sickest patients. Either you get better or you die where I work. And I see a lot of people who are overweight, and so they probably didn't have that much of an active lifestyle at that time. So working out is definitely a big health thing for me. It's for my body to pump that oxygen, get circulation to where it's supposed to be, build that muscle, cardiovascular health. Heart attacks are a big thing in the US. Obesity, 2 in 3 Americans are considered obese. So obesity is a big thing. So it's definitely a big part of the health situation also because I want to look good. I'm not going to lie to you. I want my booty to look nice. I want my legs to look nice. I want it all to look good. I want to look good for my man, you know. So I agree with Mercy. I want to look good naked, but I also want to be healthy.
And to answer your question specifically, I have clients that they don't work out at all.
What do you do?
Personal training, cooking for people, meal plan. I do it all on the side, on top of our school. So some of my clients specifically, all they do is I write them a meal plan, and they cook their own food and they eat it. They don't work out because they don't have the time. But because they wake up, walk around during the day, go to school back and forth, and they are eating healthy and they are eating at a slightly calorie deficit, they are still losing weight, they are still looking better physically, and it's just diet specific. I tell them you still have to move around, even if you don't have time to go to the gym to actually work out. Stay active during the day just so you can get healthy. And then there are the older clients. I was like, okay, you need to go to the gym. This is your workout plan. You need to work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, take a day off, and here's your food. So it just depends on the person's goal and what they have. And like I said, age and everything. Sometimes all you need is just a better diet to lose weight, and sometimes you just need a combination of both.
Diet is a major part of losing weight, being fit, being healthy. It's a huge contribution to all of that. So yeah, that's very important that you said that. Working out is just a small portion. I think they say 70% is diet and like 30% is like working out and being active. Depending on what you eat, how much you take in, making sure that you're eating just to where you're satisfied, not to where you're overeating and you feel bloated and you feel like you need to go take that nice little coma nap that you feel.
I take buffet
or you just ate Chipotle.
I love coma nap. I love it.
For me, it's like she said. I mean, I just wanted to look nice putting on a shirt. That's it. That's all I care about. It is necessary to look good naked, you know, for your spouse. Like for me, it's for my wife. You know, I don't want to fall off. So when I button up my shirt, you know what I'm saying? The chest is coming out more than the stomach. And, you know, when I bend the arms to pick up the drink or whatever, she can see, like, you know, the muscle kind of popping a little bit. So she'd be like, okay, meeting right now, let's go. So for me, that's why I do it. Anything else outside of that, I have no control, baby.
How do you deal with clients who have hormonal issues, so they can't eat things that are phytoestrogens like soy?
I just give them different options.
alternative.
Yeah, like for example, one of my clients, she's very particular. She's Nigerian. I love you, Christy. I really love you. She just found out recently that she, out of nowhere, she's allergic to eggs. She's allergic to soy, like everything. She can't even eat tree nuts, regular nuts, nothing at all. So it's like, oh my God, Christy, you need to eat. What do I do? So I just sat down with her and I just tell her, send me a text message of everything that you are allergic to. And while I made her meal plan, I just took all of those out. And then I just came up with replacement. For example, since I haven't ate meat in a very long time, I was unaware of the fact that sausage patties have milk in them. Like the sausage patties that people eat for breakfast, they have milk in them. I did not know that. So when I sent her grocery shopping to buy those things for me to make her meal, she was like, I can't buy meatball or sausage patty because they have milk in it. And I was like, excuse me? Wow. Why does your meat have milk in it? Like,
so to backdoor off of what you've been saying about allergies and what you guys have been saying about self-awareness and how your body reacts to food, my brother had colitis, and so they tried to diagnose him with colitis. In Western American medicine, is where you go to your regular healthcare provider, all that good stuff. And they were trying to put him on a whole bunch of steroids, a whole bunch of different medications that would probably alter his physical image, get him a little bigger, chunky cheeks and all this stuff. And basically, my mom decided that she wasn't just going to go based on that. She was going to go to an alternative healthcare doctor. And so she went, and then she realized, they did a whole bunch of tests, and they realized that he had a whole bunch of food allergies. And decreasing those food allergies actually helped him with the symptoms of colitis. And with colitis, you go to the restroom a lot. You have a lot of bowel movements, and you're in the restroom for hours. You get out, and then you walk back because you realize you still need to go. And with modifying his diet based on those food allergies, he actually got better without taking those steroids. And so he's been without those steroids for years now, and he's doing pretty good.
I had a similar experience. That's how I found out that I was gluten sensitive. I had to go to a gastroenterologist because when I was younger, I used to eat, I'm from Philadelphia, so we're like the bread capital of the country. Nice. Bagels, cheesecake, this is how we live, And so that was just a part of my life, and I always felt sick, but I thought, okay, everybody feels sick. Everybody feels sick after eating pizza. This is normal, you know what I mean? Until I got about 20 years old, it got abnormal. All of a sudden, my stomach, I looked like I was 6 months pregnant. It was so bloated, so dissented, and so hard. I couldn't press into it. I'm having sweats, and it was so easy for me to pick it out. Each time I had a brownie, each time I had a pizza, anything, all of a sudden I would break out in a sweat. I'm like heaving. I'm like, okay, this is not okay. And it got to the point where I was so sick where if I had even a bite or two of something with flour-based, right, traditional flour-based, I would be sick for like 3 to 4 days. And so I got to the point where I was like, I need to see a doctor. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know what's going on. I need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
So I went to a gastroenterologist, did a couple of tests. She's like, okay, so you don't have celiac disease, but it's considered being like pre-diabetic, where if you don't make lifestyle choices, you will develop celiac disease.
It's just like when you go back, to the Bible, and I'm not like a really religious person. I used to be, but, it says clearly that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. So, that goes back to my previous point when, us knowing ourselves and our why. I think every individual person, whether you eat meat, whether you eat, whether you're vegan or you just eat fruits and vegetables or whatever the case may be, I think it's an individual journey and its purpose in that journey because it's something that we need to learn as an individual.
So that's for the eating to live part, right?
I live to eat. I'm sorry.
Oh, you live to eat?
I don't know if you can be a vegetarian and say that you live to eat.
I love food.
Be vegan, but you eat healthy, non-processed food for the most part. So people who live to eat usually eat a whole bunch of, for the normal person who lives
like
to
their
eat.
idea of
They
going
go out,
restaurant.
yeah, buffets, Chinese.
They just go out and they just like.
So I'm up that of saying that I live to eat.
I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can do that.
It's different.
She's never been to Chipotle. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. And she doesn't believe in fast food restaurants at all for no reason because she always has
Not
food
even just
that
the
she
fries.
cooks
in her bag.
She's like,
I don't know.
I ran track most of my life, and then I got sick. I had to change my diet, and I gained weight in college. Not because I was eating bad, but because of medication. Don't take medication if you don't know what it is. Do your research. That's just my side note. But that's when I started working out, and I lost weight to the point where I was 150 pounds and 13% body fat. I looked sick. Everyone thought I looked about 113 pounds most of the time, but I was 150. I was just very, very small. And I didn't feel like I looked really good naked, so I decided I'm going to build the strongest body that I can build and look fabulous all the time. So that's my journey, and that's just how I continue to do it. Look good naked, work out, eat healthy.